My name is Peter van Getz and I'm an ultra runner. I was born in Belgium and I've settled in India since '98. Since childhood I've been passionate about being close to nature and the mountains. I love endurance sports, wilderness hiking, ultra running and open water swimming. Join me on my 75-day journey across 40 high-altitude passes in the Himalayas. I ran on trails, alpine meadows, moraines, glaciers, snow and wild streams, through extreme climate, the scorching sun, deserts, monsoon rains, freezing wind and snow. I lived in shelters with shepherds and mountain tribes, indulged in lip-smacking Tibetan cuisine, encountered hikers, wildlife and listened to beautiful music on local instruments. Join me on this life-changing journey towards nature and the discovery of true humanity. My journey started in July 2018 from Manali, where I climbed out of the lush green Kulu Valley through the Kugti Pass towards barren Lahore. I crossed several wild streams as the monsoon was in full swing in the lower Himalayas, which left the alpine meadows in a misty cover.
We are at 4,270 meters altitude from mean sea level. You are looking at the brave Chennai, which climbed the Kugti Pass in just 2 days.
How is the experience?
Yeah, it's freezing!
While crossing the Balhamo Pass, I was stopped in my tracks by a group of mules carrying supplies who were quite impressed to find me on their path.
A little bit shy of hikers on the way.
I managed to reach the top of the Kunzum that afternoon along with Arun, the gateway into Spiti Valley. The next day, we climbed up to Hikim, a small hamlet in the high-altitude desert of Spiti.
How is it going so far, Arun?
Yeah, we are at 4,500 meters. Apparently, it's quite the effort to even walk, and we have been running. It looks like we are properly acclimatized now.
Yeah.
Day 6 today, we took a bus from Kaza to Shishling on the way to Rekompeo, and from there we climbed up to a beautiful small village called Dankar. From here we'll be heading up towards Mirong.
Running above the Spiti Valley between, what's the name?
Arun,
What's the name of the town?
Dankar.
Dankar and Lalung. Awesome views.
As we climbed up from Lalung to Dimmel along a steep trail, we encountered a herd of ibex running away from us. Welcome to Dimmel, a remote village with a rooftop panoramic view of typical Ladakhi home design with Tibetan prayer flags. I also got to spend some time with two elder ladies spinning a big prayer wheel in the local temple.
Looking at a couple of farmers here in Gete.
From Losar, the last town in Spiti, we returned to the Kunzum by running downhill to Chandra Taal, a beautiful high-altitude glacial lake.
We are here en route to Barachala from Taal.
Just before the first major stream crossing.
The next morning there was less glacial meltwater and we attempted to cross the waist-deep stream, trying hard not to get washed away in the strong current.
Slowly, slowly, slowly!
We continued from Lahore along the Sarap River, which flows through a remote high-altitude desert towards Zanskar in Ladakh. Some 30 kilometers downstream we encountered the beautiful settlement of Satok, now a ghost town in ruins after the residents deserted what appears to be a once vibrant hamlet. The heavily eroded canyon-like landscape along the Sarap River valley gives an unearthly appearance with unusual gradients and textures.
Just step on it, no need to do any gymnastics. Step on the rock, voila. Now use your hands, that's it.
We finally climb out of the valley through two high-altitude passes to reach Shadi, one of the most remote villages in Ladakh.
Today I'm staying in the village of Shadi. We are having shade wine and yummy vegetable momos.
After 2 days, we reached the fertile plains of the Zanskar Valley with the lush green farmlands painting a stark contrast against the barren dry landscape of Ladakh. After picking up a friend at Padum, we both headed south along the Lugnak River.
आपका नाम क्या बोला? कंजिन नमजर। आप कहाँ से हो?
मैं सुरले है, वनपा पुक्कल है, घर भी सुरले।
घर सुरले पे है और पुक्कल से आए
पुक्कल
हैं।
है।
कल कहाँ पे थे?
ये
चाह से अभी पुक्कल जा रहे हैं।
हाँ।
सभी खाना वाना सभी
ये खाना थोड़ा
ले
खाना है,
लिया।
खाना भूखा है।
आपका उम्र क्या है?
82।
82, 82।
82, amazing. And he's walking alone.
रोज यहाँ पे
हाँ।
सड़क जा रहे हैं क्या?
जा।
रोज every day he is walking like this on this trail।
Oh man. So what is he doing in Puchtal every day?
पुक्कल में क्या करते हो आप?
पूजा करता है।
पूजा करते हैं।
Oh.
पूजा करते हैं। आराम करके पूजा करते हैं।
पूजा करते हैं।
Yeah. Le. Budo.
Once I reached Sarchu, I hitched a bumpy ride in an army truck along the Manali-Leh highway towards Keelong. After reaching the top, the shepherds offered prayers at a small mandir, thanking the gods for a safe crossing. One can also see several hundred meters long lines of sheep finding their way across the steep slopes.
We can see our destination.
The neighboring Dali Pass offers some beautiful panoramic views on the Mani Mahesh Kailash, Siva's Adobe. Running down along a narrow, steep rock trail, one can see steep rock faces on the other side of the green Chamba Valley in between the clouds. The heartwarming hospitality in a shepherd's home in Mumbardar left me with fresh tea, crispy rotis and much needed warm night's rest. The white lines you can see in the cloud-filled Chamba Valley below the Chaurasi Pass are actually sheep grazing in the far distance, running parallel with the stream.
How does it feel? A little bit on the sides. What about the nose? Oh, it's also a little bit itching.
A family of a cow herder at Ralidar invited me for dinner and insisted on me staying over in their primitive shelter.
Beautiful views all around on the way up to the Chaini Pass. Big glaciers on both sides. Below the long gradual valley from Chamba leading up to Chaini. I'm here in wonderful company of two shepherds from Chamba who prepared some yani rotis with aloo mixed with fresh ghee and paneer.
One can see meltwater forming deep crevices in the glacier below, giving birth to the Sechu Nalav stream underneath.
And below me is a huge crevice in which the glacier water is falling down.
As we reach the tongue of the glacier, we can see a forceful birth of the Nia Nala below the glacier. Carefully moving step by step on protruding rocks, I hiked up a very steep landslide-prone slope of the valley leading up to the Chobia Pass. One wrong step here meant a 200-meter fall down into the stream below. It only got tougher as I walked across the moraines below the Chobia Glacier. Walking across the sharp, unstable rocks was a high-intensity effort.
And one wrong step could lead to an 128-hour experience.
In the far distance, I could hear big rocks falling down from the glaciers hanging from the Pir Panjal range.
Join me for a small walk on the glacier below Chobia.
One wrong step here meant certain death, falling inside deep holes in the melting glacier.
Huge crevices in the glacier. If you slip inside, no way to get out.
I was forced to take a U-turn back from Kangra to Chamba across the Thamsar Pass, and I came across a large ice bridge beautifully sculpted by the stream flowing underneath. At the base of the Thamsar Pass, I encountered two shepherds preparing lunch for a lone traveler in their open shelter, and you can see goat meat being dried above the shelter.
Many of the houses in Himachal Pradesh have a weaving tool and make their own clothes. This lady is doing beautiful handwork. Pin Parvati is up there. We're almost at the end of the glacier.
Crossing the Rupin Pass was compounded by heavy snowfall and freezing hazel as we descended across the moraines. Further down the valley we had to cross a wild stream below a huge waterfall and then cut past a small traffic jam on a narrow bridge. Hundreds of villagers gathered to attend a local music festival to celebrate the opening of a new hand-carved temple in the small hamlet of Manjari. Towards the end of September, 3 days of heavy rains caused heavy flash floods in the lower western Himalayas, and that made my journey all the more difficult.
After 3 days of quite heavy rain, there's a lot of fresh snow deposited. From the base it looks okay, but yeah, the snow really makes walking tough in this steep uphill terrain. Views are stunning though, after the this white blanket.
An attempt to cross the Doladar range across the steep Indrahar Pass was unsuccessful, mostly due to recent snowfall at the start of an early winter this year, and I finally decided to head back home.